Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing this morning? Holy cow, what is going on? Griff, how you doing, man? Welcome in, dude. Aslan, Grants, Gosu, Archaic Hammer, Your Raptor, welcome everybody, Raja. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a good day for Warhammer. Yeah, guys, if you want to watch something cool and you have Amazon Prime or access to the internet, I guess, the Secret Level show just came out, and it has a Space Marine episode there, so something possibly worth watching. I am, let's see, trying to figure out what exactly I'm painting here. This mini. I think we start. All right, let's jump in. So, watch it later. I'm tempted to watch now. It's like 20 minutes. It was good. I watched it this morning. My airbrush and dropping it on. Oh no! Oh no! I hope it's all good, man. I hope it's all good. You're a raptor. Avoiding secret level because much have been full of AI animation. Oh, do they have AI? So I saw doing a fun hobby project. Yeah, let me know what you got going on. The Space Marine episode, the 40K episode that came out, has the guy that animated the Astartes shorts. If you guys remember those on YouTube, the Astartes guy, he is involved in the Space Marine. You can see it in the episode. So. Sigmar mini to a Blade Champion, nice. Took some time. It's okay, again, I continue. Okay, good, good. Yeah, I just watched the Space Marine one, so really disappointed if there's AI animation in it. I don't think Schwarzenegger is a Space Marine, no. That episode had surprisingly little talking, actually. So, you know, make that what you will. All right, let's figure this out here. So we got a Forgefiend. And we have a second Forge Fiend. I assembled and based these yesterday. These minis are so easy to assemble. Very few pieces, maybe like 30 pieces on these minis in total. No weird cuts. You can tell they're slightly older, 40K kind of styled minis. But we're gonna paint these guys. I'm gonna start with silver, and yeah, it's my first time ever painting. I want to say any Chaos Demon Engine. So I don't know if you count a Hellbrute as a Demon Engine, but Lord Veritan. I am vaguely familiar. I recognize the name. Let's rinse, then we're gonna get some painting in. Griff, if you're still chilling in chat, how you doing, man? Right. We're gonna follow the GW guide loosely. Obviously making this, you know, into a World Eaters variant, so the exact colors won't match, but I want to hit the kind of same notes and, you know, pieces that they paint on their mini. It's a nice guide to follow, just to see, you know, what they, I guess, how they paint, or like what certain pieces are, because especially the Chaos minis, I don't have any idea what is what. Rude makes me go get 2 or 3 rare ones. Yeah, I would like to imagine that the Hellbrute mini will be remade eventually, but I guess it's just impossible to tell. Is that seriously all the silver on the guns? I think what I need to do though is these little pieces. World Eaters I've painted. It's like worn down power cables. This side, we're doing 2 of these. I want to finish these this week, but I honestly have no bearing on how long these are going to take. $17 a secondhand store. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, from the Skaven type box. All right. That's cool. Whatever Chaos faction comes next. Yeah. Well, orcs are supposed to be the 11th edition big baddie. No, I think the under part of this gun also. Silver. Some of this, it's not a big deal if we make mistakes because we're going to be painting it over with other colors. There's going to be a lot of red on this mini though. It should be a lot of fun to paint. Red is more fun to paint than silver. Xenos armies. Yeah, yeah. What would orcs get in a starter set? That's what I want to know. Like, they just got new boys. I guess you could do monopose boys, but GW doesn't like to do that anymore. They like to put a bunch of new stuff in the box, right? Like, very little updating of minis. I want to paint this back piece silver as well. The new boys are monopose, yeah, but they won't put those in a starter set, right? First watching you paint isn't how to tackle painting and building them after seeing. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, building these minis was incredibly easy. I assembled both of these at the same time, and it took me maybe 2 hours. I thought it was going to be way worse. It's got like a plasma chin. It's cool. That'll be plasma. It'll be really neat. I think this may have been my first time airbrushing this bronze. It was really interesting to airbrush because I thinned it out. It went on very nicely. It was just a lot different than I'm used to colors, you know, being put out of an airbrush. It's very much just like throwing pigment out of the brush. This is Pro Acryl Bronze. The silver step right here. Some of these places I don't need to worry about making mistakes. Eight. Next. Like these big chimney stacks, and we got pieces under here. I was originally thinking of doing the red first, but I realized a lot of this silver goes on underneath the red. So I figured it'd be easier to put the silver on, and the red is a color we can do afterwards. You plan streaming more of the 100 minis? Yeah, I might stream more. It just depends on what I have time to do. So, you know, I have a lot of commissions I want to get done before the end of the year, and streaming is the best time to get those done. But I don't know. Maybe next Sunday we'll continue it. We'll see. I am like really pumped to paint those minis though. That's all I wanted to do yesterday, but I ended up working on this and working on the Tyranids. Trying to finish those up. Yeah, I'll keep posting progress pictures. And, you know, I'm recording it, you know, all of my work. So I recorded my airbrush session with them and all of that. So the idea is, you know, to make a little YouTube thing out of it eventually. Something I've learned about recording videos for YouTube when it comes to painting videos. So, like, you know, I've put up battle reports before. I do very, like, I call them like low effort battle reports where, you know, me and Zen will play a battle and we just kind of summarize the turn and you know, it's like 12 minutes of video. We edit it down into 10 minutes. We kind of just cut some things together, put a little intro and stuff, and that's what we do. Doing a painting video, so I recorded another video to eventually post as a like a painting video on YouTube, and I recorded maybe like 15 hours of footage. That's a ton. You know, I was gonna pass a flash drive off to Zen with all the recorded video, and I can't fit all the recorded video on the flash drive. So, like, there's no way to do, well, at least in my initial experience, you know, we did not do a low effort method of recording a painting video, so something I'll have to adjust and figure out. But then even then, it's just like there's no like low effort way of doing it, because Zen is editing for me, and the poor dude's gonna have to sift through hours and hours of footage to find, you know, what he wants and everything. It's just crazy. Like there's a lot that goes into that kind of stuff, especially as someone who's that's not my hobby, is not not videography. So all these people we see on YouTube that make these videos, like their hobby is videography, and they also happen to do stuff with miniatures. They know what they're doing. Well, 24-hour YouTube progress VOD, yeah. Might be might be a lot of fast forward footage of me painting and kind of talking about it and everything, but that's the goal. If I can get these base colors down, I can do a couple things, extra things. We take tomorrow, we can start our big highlights and all that. We're gonna do some verdigris on the bronze. That'll end up looking really good. We gotta put blood on the minis. Yeah, I don't think those 100 minis will take me 24 hours, though. Doing a bunch of squigs. That's cool. Getting ready for Total War. Is that the idea? Ooh, it'll be done in 3 days. Nice. Squigs are super fun to paint. I have painted 2 squigs before in my life, and they were a blast. Just the bomb squig from the Kill Team set. Squig subfaction in Gloomspite. Oh, cool. So, yeah, Grey Knights. Grey Knights got their new detachment. It's just more of the Necron detachment, Necron Demons detachment, right? Is it? No, there's Necrons, and then there's Thousand Suns have it, and it's like a demons thing. So I don't know if it's any good or not. Hoping for it. It works thematically. Yeah, the night one seemed pretty thematic. Yeah, they do make the Grey Knight one a little better. They give the aura to purifiers. What? So okay, Grey Knights had the teleport thing. Was the teleport thing the Grey Knights faction rule, or was that their detachment rule? I don't remember what the actual rule was for Grey Knights. Or no, their faction rule is it Oath of Moment? The uppy downy is the detachment rule. Yeah, do Grey Knights have Oath of Moment? Don't know anymore. I have 2 of these Forgefiends because painting one would be too easy. My ADHD is gonna go crazy when I finish this, and I'm really happy, and then I have to paint another one with the same colors. Okay. The legs have some funky bits on them. And there is like some flesh. These minis, so that's gonna be a thing. I believe. Hey, Crucial Blue. What's up, man? Thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate it. Looks dope. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Inner leg here. Care too much about making mistakes where that skin is supposed to be, like muscle. Second display, work meetings is top notch. That's awesome. I was playing some Soval last night. Enjoying that game. Playing as the Chaos Warriors, did a run through. My favorite thing to do with Chaos Warriors is just to mass, like the Abyssal Warriors or whatever, the infantry. It's also not a great. It's like you're like one bad maneuver away from like getting trashed in that game because you need like cavalry and stuff. Focus. I was playthrough I was doing yesterday. They had there's like a demon prince that you can get called like an archdemon. And I got one. Really good. Okay. Got those legs. Back legs. Just really hope I have enough paint on the palette for the other mini. Hey, my mini Marvels, how you doing, man? You ever figure out threads? No, not yet. Yeah. Happy Tuesday to you. These things. Let's get the other one first. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's how I am with any kind of social media. I'm convinced that I'm just doing something completely wrong. I don't know what, and I don't know, like what would be better, but I'm just convinced I'm doing something wrong when I post on these social medias, and that right. Yeah, I don't browse social medias too often. At least not like the Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. I am on Blue Sky though. I made an account. I've been posting my my Horus Heresy minis on Blue Sky. Getting those out up there. For me, it's more of like a portfolio, right? Yeah, you can show people that ask. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's nice in that sense. You know, it'd be cool to get like 1,000 likes on a post or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just this is for like future reference for myself or someone asking me about something that I've painted, and I can just send them there. Just regular, or you won't get traction. Yeah. Well, I've been posting every day, so nothing has gotten as much attention as my Leviathan Dreadnought, which makes me happy, but also like, do more. Come on. Not like it's a big deal. Yeah, I think that's it for the silver on this mini. So it's not a lot, but like if we were to do this after the red, I feel like we would have had to have been a lot more careful. And I don't want to be careful. So be crazy. So we got that one done. And we can use that as reference for the next one. Yes, the Space Marine animation came out. The basic Space Marines, the Codex Marine detachment, comes out tomorrow, which is exciting. I've seen rumors that the 40k data slate comes out tomorrow. Supposed to be out tomorrow, so with some pretty big changes. Um, those are all kind of things to look forward to tomorrow. Thursday is actual Heresy Thursday again. That's exciting. Things to look forward to. There was a Necromunda. I think it was last week, last Monday. The Necromunda announced it. They had like this psyker lady. That was they showed off, and I was thinking that mini would be perfect for a psyker mini for my militia army. I've been looking for a good militia, psyker type mini, and I think that one might be the mini. I haven't found any good STLs that match what I want. So from not this Monday, not yesterday, but I think last Monday was the one. I can't. It was a Necromunda mini. Maybe I'll look it up here in a second. Let's take a look. Is their website so hard to use? By game. I don't play Necromunda, no. That one. Then let me see. No, that's the worm. It's not the worm thing. Maybe it's from like 2 weeks ago. I thought it was Necromunda. Did I just like dream this, or There it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's this lady here. From the lady with the hood on. The narker? The narker? Yeah, that's the one. Welcome back, Raja. Uh, it looks like a really good mini to use as a militia psyker for my 30k militia. Just a very kind of simple, no nonsense mini. There's like, it's not like obvious corruption going on. There's, it's just very much a psyker. It kind of fits in with like, I can paint that to fit in with like the desert theme of my units and stuff. Like to me, that mini works well for that. Full Tithe episodes, Brutal Savage Universe. Oh, cool. I think I've seen clips from the Tithe, but that's about it. I haven't seen much more than that. I saw the one with like the orcs attacking, and like the Cadians and the Commissar defending, and the jets and everything. The thing about this mini is it's pointy. Messed up everything is. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. Maybe something to watch someday. Yeah, it's another bit of news. Games Workshop and like officially confirmed the Henry Cavill TV series is going forward. So that's an official thing. Between GW making an official announcement on Warcom and Henry Cavill posting about it, how everything's moving forward, and they have a story like set, like they know what they're doing. Obviously, they're not announcing it yet, but yeah. Oh yeah, there's the Custodes episode. Yeah, I saw parts of that one too. I saw some clips of that. It looks pretty cool. As like there's like the Arbites and the Custodes and everything. Yeah. I so I I feel like we talk about this stuff a lot, but I think Amazon overall does pretty good jobs with TV shows, and they don't seem as hands on as other studios or other like services are with their TV shows. So yeah, and hopefully, yeah, Games Workshop, maintain some creative control because as much of an evil corporation as Games Workshop is, like they have a cool setting, and they're normally pretty serious about keeping the setting correct. this other smokestack. Move a little quicker through this one. We'll do the red next. So we're doing burnt red and Pro Acryl as our base color. There's kind of there's like a certain stage in my head where I want to get today, but I am notorious about underestimating how long it takes me to paint a mini, so we'll see. So a real question I have is, when I finish painting those 100 militia, what do I paint next for them? Do I do 100 more militia? Do I do support stuff? Like how far do I take it? I feel like 400 militia, like 400 infantry is probably about the right spot. Yeah, do another 100. $30K or $40K. The militia are 30K, which can eventually be used in 40K. I have the files. It's from Quartermaster 3D, and he has like all the special weapons and stuff. So I can print out, you know, troopers with all the weapons I need to make a 40K army, including some of the more modern guard elements, like the big artillery guns, which are actually in 30K as well for militia. So support the more militia. Raja, that's, yeah, 400 is like a reasonable size militia army, like the infantry contingent of a militia army. It's like 400 infantry and then support. I can do Cav. Yeah, I have 4 Sentinels printed. I was thinking about printing another 4 and giving them multi-meltas, because multi-meltas are really good. They're expensive, but they're really good. Palatine Enforcers for Necromunda T-Slayer. Yeah, the Palatine Enforcers look really good. I don't play Necromunda, but those do look cool. Take 500 to 600 max, yeah. Yeah, in 30K, in theory, and like legally in an army list for a militia, you can take 900 infantry and it costs 1,800 points. A standard 30K battle is 3,000 points. So you fill out your troop choices with militia units, militia levies, and it's 900 of them, yeah. Because they're 2 points apiece. So in theory, you can have easily over, you know, 1,000 minis in an army for a standard size game. Not that that's practical or something. Yeah, I mean, I just assume you're like putting a plate down and you're just piling the minis on top of it at that point. And they're in units of 50, so, you know, like the casual 50 dudes in a squad. Yes, T-Slayer, I have painted Solar Auxilia. I have a couple tanks. I have a squad, a las rifle section, and I have a command section with a Legate Marshal, I think is what they're called, the HQ. So yeah, I got some Solar Auxilia. I have another 20 las rifle section that'll be ready to be painted whenever I want. At that point, feels like you lose a plate, put one model on them and keep them on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and the thing about those units too is they have a rule that when they fail a morale check, so, you know, they take 25% casualties, they take a morale check. When they fail it, they just get picked up off the board. You don't even worry about like falling them back and everything. But there's also a way to run militia where you recycle your dead units. So you can have 1,000 troops, they die, and they walk back on the board the next turn. But again, you have 1,000 minis. It's guaranteed you won't be able to fill up, or you won't be able to put everything down in deployment. Right? You physically can't fit that many minis in a 1 foot by 6 foot area with their footprint of the actual like physical bases of the minis. So is there really a need to recycle units on the board when you have units coming on the board afterwards anyway? You know, like fails battle shock to roll 2d6, 9 plus the effect and join the enemy's army. That'd be great. Yeah. Well, morale's a lot different in Heresy. It's old school 40k morale rules. So it's, you know, if you fail a leadership check, you know, there's a chance you could be pinned, where you basically just hit the deck. But most of the time, when you fail a morale check, like a normal morale check, you're actually physically running toward your own board edge. Your units are physically running away. But yeah, not militia. A lot of militia units just getting picked up. They even take insane amounts of vehicles. I was telling people, I watched a battle report. I think it was Winter's SEO. He played a guy against that played militia. He played a couple games against him. His most recent game, the guy took an armored force of militia. He had 15 standard Lehman Russ tanks. 15 of them. And still managed to fit in 2 Baneblades and another super heavy. And a whole bunch of other stuff. I think his infantry still outnumbered the other army's infantry. So, that's how the army plays. Needless to say, though, I'll have some things to paint. But yeah, as far as militia goes, I have a couple sentinels. Maybe I just print a couple more sentinels. And, paint a bunch of sentinels at once. Yeah, so Solar Auxilia is like the elite of normal humans. Like, they're the frontline combatants that aren't, you know, immortal super beings that are the Astartes. The militia is the third line. So they're not even the second line. So like the second line's like the Imperial Army, which doesn't have rules in Heresy. But the militia is like there's 1,000 different theme possibilities for it, but it's, you know, it could be like the Planetary Defense Force, like a planet knows it's going to be invaded and they have like 2 weeks to prepare. So they start pulling stuff out of storage that's been in there for 50 years and you know, just giving every adult a las gun or an auto gun or something that they can find, and preparing for the battle. It could also mean the cults that start like worshipping chaos in a big way. Whether they start mutating, there are actually rules for that, where your troops start mutating, they start being tainted by chaos. There's also rules for squads, like for Votan in militia. You can run an army that is thematically it has its rules altered to where it's Votan, but it's like imperial, you know, citizenry basically or whatever, with the squats that are like living in the Imperium, that are like you know, fighting for their home world or something. Oteric Crusade Army for 40k. Okay. Yeah, that's the army. It's cool. It's got a lot of thematic rules. It's very much like a thematic and like modeling, like hobby based army. Typical games, it doesn't like compete with Astartes armies, but you can definitely make it where it puts a lot of hurt. For the most part, it's just you put so many bodies on the objectives they can't kill everybody. Vespids. I don't think you have shown me your Vespids, no. Okay. We're going to take a look. We're going to see if we got everything. Oh, we got to get his neck. Whole neck piece here. If for some crazy reason I finish these 2 minis before Thursday, I'll get out the militia and I'll paint some militia. We'll get out the timer. And we'll do that, but there's no promises for that. Styling 40k, about 250 guard miles. Always want to make more. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. That's cool. Mine are not like that. Mine do not have. They are the
Look at me!
The unwashed masses. Where am I looking, Raja? Oh yeah, and the whips, nice. Are very bug people. They look great so far. The wings look really cool. I'm a big fan of the choice of purple. And with like the yeah, great work so far. Okay. Oh, excuse me. About an hour for that. That paint's almost out. I had something I wanted to show you guys too. I got these things. I don't know if you guys have seen these. Anybody seen these? A new local store near me sells products made by Game Envy. And I have never seen Game Envy products, but they sell all these little like knickknacks for like hobbyists that like you wouldn't get other places. These are they're wet palette paperweights, but they're pure copper, so they're antimicrobial. So if you guys own a wet palette, you've probably heard that you put like old pennies, you find like copper that you put at the bottom of your sponge, and it prevents the like mold growth basically. And what they do is they sell it's a set of 4 of these, and you just stick them in the corner of your wet palette, and it holds down your paper, prevents it from curling up, but it also is like prevents mold growth. So I've been using these. I'm testing it. We're seeing if the mold will grow. If they're honest here. Yeah, but that was cool. We got burnt red. It's our next color. And this is about out, so I'm going to get the new one open here. Straight copper wire at the bottom. My wet pals worked wonders. Yeah, okay, there we go. It's about empty, isn't it? No, it's from a company called Game Envy. So I had never seen their products until I was at my local store, and they sell all kinds of things like that, like these little like hobby products. That are like, I don't know, would you call it like meta, or like these like little practical things? So thanks for the anniversary. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. All right. Good luck getting it set up. It is Bluetooth. If it was the one I linked you, did you get a softbox for it as well? I got a softbox for mine. They make a specific cover for it. Um, yeah, it's a really neat like help out with that. I mean, I know it's always like something else to order, right? Just kind of like how it works, but waiting for those extra tops. Yeah, I understand you're a raptor. Hopefully, you got a saw. Okay, okay, that's cool. Yeah, mine is this like stretchy, stretchy film, but it also has like a grid pattern in it. A lot of red down. The blood for the blood god. The red paint splashing on us. We almost got myself with some splashed red paint, but it hit the top of my apron. Yeah, apron for the win. Nice. Yeah, I will probably order some of those extra toppers too. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to suffer the wrath of the painting wife. All right, so I don't get try not to get paint on my clothes. I think I might need a smaller brush to do all these inner parts, so I'm just gonna finish up this big piece, and then we're gonna get a smaller brush and try to be a little more careful, so we don't want to paint that bronze. Okay. Smaller brush, gonna be more careful. Yeah, yeah. Kill the cook. Slightly bigger brush. Okay, let's go here. right? He would be like the Gordon Ramsay of porn, right? This whole piece here. This color gonna take all day? Maybe. It will. I just wouldn't have pictured Karn with a British accent. That's the weird part about that to me. Okay, I think that's that gun. Let's do the guns on everybody. We'll do these by parts so we don't miss parts. So 3 more of these guns. Man, I made a really good dinner last night. I was super proud of this one. I found this this recipe and made it. I made, well, we got like pork. It was like pork tenderloin, not like a whole one, but they cut it like cutlets or whatever. I found a recipe to make. It was like lettuce wraps, but it was like Korean lettuce wraps. And you put the pork in an air fryer. I've never just put straight pork tenderloin in an air fryer. I had no idea how it would turn out, and it was incredible. But yeah, so I had delicious little lettuce wraps, and that's what I ate for lunch this morning too. Morning breakfast slash lunch. We'll definitely make that again. Because we got a bunch of pork tenderloin. Very cheap. It's all vacuum sealed in the freezer. It's best to test the limits on someone else's stream, yeah. You don't want to start screaming that on your stream, because then you'll, you know, cause people to not want to stay, right? Gordon Ramsay. There is a there's a guy in the Total War community. He makes meme videos. Is it Okoi? I think is how you pronounce it. But he makes videos like memeing on, just like making ridiculous builds in the game and like winning campaigns, and there's like fun videos that he makes, little like 5-minute videos. And Creative Assembly, the developer of Total War, actually put him in the game. So his name is officially in Warhammer now, you know, like in Total War. And they've done that with a couple different like content creators, but it's just funny that like he's one of them, you know, like this man has contributed enough through his meme videos. Oh, yeah, yeah. Was it the Okoi video with the Mangler squigs? Was that it? His videos are hilarious too. Like, They're just like funny, like it's just like Warhammer jokes, you know. But that was a long form. Oh, okay, okay. Additional stupidity. Okay, I've never heard of that person. Good joke in there. Say something you said in someone else's. Yeah. And the butcher of regiment and butcher regiment of guardsmen. Hmm. I don't know, man. I feel like it'd be difficult to beat the Drukari at that. Or, you know, since it's like a Cornate video, like, or show, maybe the goal is kill them faster, and the Drukari are just like making lawn chairs out of them and stuff. Yeah, what they do, man. Turn people into furniture. Is it corpses? It's like, is it cake but for corn? Existential horror, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you understand the Drukari, then that makes it worse. Right? Like, at the end of the day, the flayed one's like, ooh, yeah, you're gonna die. You're probably gonna die pretty quick, and they're gonna remove the skin from your body and everything. And it's gonna be horrible. But it'll be over. Eventually. With the Drukari, it's like this is gonna last 1,000 years. Not only are you gonna live your full life, but you're gonna live 10 lives worth of time. Literally as someone's furniture, and you will feel every bit of pain that is involved in that. Because if you get used to the pain, you're no longer worth anything. And that's not how the Drukari want it. The Necron hangs his head down and walks away. Ah, I'd be dropping these minis a lot. If we get these done this week, then next week, the week before Christmas, I think we will start and hopefully finish. I don't know, hopefully a week is enough to finish this mini, but it'll just be one mini. It'll be Bash Tour. Another Chaos mini I've never painted. I think we're gonna do more classic color scheme on Bash Tour. That'll be fun. I'm going to try to take my time, make him look really good. Really have fun with it. I feel like it's kind of the advantage of just painting one mini at a time. Move my brush. All right. What was I painting? I was painting in here. Sub faction. I'm excited to see what GSE Tau Drukari get. Yeah, so the 3 armies that I play in 40k are Space Marines, Necrons, and my Ultramarines, Necrons, and Drukari. So Obviously the ones I'm looking forward to the most. So Necrons have their Space Marines are tomorrow, which is awesome. Really excited for all of that. Yeah, Drukhari is the next one I'm looking forward to, and Gene Stealer cults as well, because I have a small Gene Stealer cult army, but yeah, I'm excited to see what they get being a post Codex army, because there haven't been a lot of post Codex detachments released. It's been what? I guess there's been like 5 Necrons, Admech, Custodes, Dark Angels. Yes, agents. Okay, so yeah, okay, there's been a lot released for Codex factions, but yeah, I hope they get something cool. Yeah, it's supposed to be Data Slate tomorrow. Curious what's going on with that. I don't know when the next game of 40k I'm gonna play is, but I'm gonna play some Middle Earth this week, and possibly some Old World. Okay, I think underneath here, this spot and this spot, both. Yeah, yeah. Trey just got dropped. Yes, Troy. Yes. What do you think, man? I think it looks okay. The detachment. I I don't have like the most keen eye on picking out like what's super competitive, and with Grey Knights in particular in some of these factions, um, I can't remember what's the faction rule and what's the detachment rule that they have, so it's hard for me to see like what's the rule that's getting dropped and what's the one that's coming back, but or like staying put. Um, yeah, it's cool. So I have a couple I'm looking forward to. It's been fun to see these every morning though. I've been at least sharing a link to the Warcom article about it, which links to the download and stuff on when I see it in the mornings on the Discord, because they post them really early. So I wake up at 7. They're already up. I want to see the Grotmas. Yeah, yeah, it is. I agree. Okay, I think that's his face. Let's get his neck as well, and then we'll go over to the other one. Because as cool as the like points changes and stuff are, and you know, new missions and stuff, I think this is probably the biggest shakeup to 10th edition so far. Just giving everybody another way to play. Grey Knight's current subfaction, I think the Aura of Chaos one they got is better. Yeah. Yeah, the current detachment is the uppy downy one, right? The deep strike one. Mistakes on this. It's fine. We're gonna be covering our mistakes too. We gotta cover our tracks. Hide the crimes. Yep. Yep. Because you'll see, I might not even have to touch up the bronze. It's because by the time we put verdigris on, we wash it, and we dry brush it, you're not going to see any of the red. Any really glaring bits, though, we'll definitely touch up. Okay. It's starting to come together. Let's get the other one. Consider to play missions where they basically put everything from 40k into legend, fit detachment update, decade or two update. Yeah. So you're saying basically like putting legends back in? Is that what you're saying, or what, Troy? I'm not quite picking up what you're. You mean? My thought was for 10th edition, they should have spent the first year just getting every codex out. Every single codex gets released in the first year. In the next 2 years, they release minis and campaign books and new detachments for everybody. That's what should have happened. And they could do stuff like this, and everybody's kind of on equal footing, you know, when it comes to doing an advent calendar of 40k detachments. Yeah. Yeah, like campaign books that are just full of like unique detachments would be really cool. You know, all the factions participating, or every faction gets a new detachment in the campaign book. And while you don't necessarily have to buy the campaign book to get the detachment, it's really cool. You know, they could put like cool stories behind it, like continue the Pariah Nexus story, or you know, whatever. Is the Indomitus Crusade still going on? I don't know. Whatever events are going on, the war against the Tyranids and all this stuff. Psychic Awakening. Was that 8th edition or 7th edition? What was that one? Is that what that was, basically? Was just a bunch of different ways to play armies. I mean, even like the Arcs of Omen. Arcs of Omen wasn't like a huge. You know, they released Guard and Angron and World Eaters and stuff during that time, but overall, it wasn't like something for everybody. But it seemed like super hype about what was going on with the story, and people seemed to really enjoy it and everything. And I think they need more of that kind of stuff. So an AdMech got the second half of their army. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. TPD, the more I think they should do that. I hate to see most armies will get. Yeah, and it happens every single edition. Every edition, there are armies that go the entire edition without their codex, and then they get it right at the end. It just happened to be Guard. Yeah, it's one thing if it's a new army. So World Eaters got a codex toward the end of 9th. And like, but we understood that this was like an introduction, right, to the army, so it wasn't going to be like the end all be all. But like, Guard are a really popular army and a really big army. 11th is going to use 10th codexes for a while. I think it will, yeah, which is also disappointing. I think they'll make sure every faction gets a codex in 11th, though. And who knows? Maybe 12th edition will nullify everything from 11th edition. They'll go back to indexes again. My biggest pet peeve about 10th, of all the things about 10th edition, it's the every unit gets an ability. I can't stand that. Like, I just want, like, you know, a Lehman Russ tank to just be a Lehman Russ tank. You know, it's a tank with guns, and it's heavily armored and kind of slow, but it kills people fast. But there's, like, you know, extra rule. Like, a Guard infantry squad has extra rule. There's no reason an Imperial Guard infantry squad needs extra rules that affect how it performs. Like, there's got to be a baseline. And there's no, like, baseline in the game. So they're more unique. I feel like... Oh, yeah. Well, and what they do, I think... another like gripe I had about 10th was the keywords. Like, they added in universal special rules again, which is great. It's really useful. Like, not having to write out a rule, you know, 50 times across 50 different codexes, right, for all these different units. But they could definitely be, like, go a lot further with that, because they still have rules where they have to write it out 50 times across 50 different units for abilities. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Aslan. Alright, let's get shoulder pads. Sticky objectives, yeah. Well, a really good name for that rule would be called objective secured. You know, like, that's a good name for a sticky objective rule. But they kind of work themselves into a box. Yeah, I don't know why they have to word it like that when they could just say this unit gets sticky objectives. Or this unit gets objective secured. Special rule. And then you take one spot in the core rules, you explain what objective secured does, what the sticky objective rule does. But then if they did that, a whole bunch of units would lose their unique ability, right? Because there's a whole bunch of units, since every unit has to have an ability, you can't just have a unit and their ability is sticky objectives, right? You can't just put a universal special rule as unit ability, because that's not what a unit ability rule is in 10th. Which again, I think is silly. where a unit, they can't make a unique unit without giving it some, you know, unique ability, when the thing that makes units unique are how they play in the army with their sets of rules and points and what they have. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they've changed units up a bunch, Troy. Yeah, I get that. I still have I might still have some tactical marines that run 28 mil bases. They've been slowly transitioning to that for a very long time, though. Just made a keyword in the last 5, really? Yeah. What? Death Guard Cultists? Death Guard Cultists don't have an ability? I thought every unit got an ability. Huh. Alright. When a G-Dub got lazy. Ninth Company edition, current 32 mil. I use 10th Company. Okay, yeah. I mean, the heavy and gravis stuff is cool. You know, it's nice to have the base consistency, and I understand going up to 32 mil too, because minis have gotten bigger, and minis have always kind of overhung their base, especially 40k. 40k minis are really bad about overhanging their bases, and it looks really bad when they do. Okay. Upper shoulders, let's get the lower ones. The shoulder pads, the hip pads. Yeah, Thousand Suns cultists are cool. RFND, welcome. Welcome in. You're chilling. I've only been painting this color for about 45 minutes. It seems like a lot longer. Bad. This is easier than painting the trim. I am convinced. What would have been funny, a real experiment would have been to base coat one in bronze and one in this burnt red. And then seeing which one took longer. I didn't think about that until just now. Garlic and basil butter. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Sounds really good. It's a Grey Knight Dread Knight. No, get out of here with the Dread Knights. Man, I hate Dread Knights. It's a 2+ when they die, they create a command point. Oh, nice. Best piece of toast I've ever had. Nice. Yeah, I made like cinnamon honey butter. It was actually brown sugar honey butter I made. because we don't eat cinnamon in our house. Painting wife is allergic to cinnamon, so the brown sugar honey butter was insane. I have to make some more of that sometime. Okay, let's get the shoulder pads on the other one. Poor woman's list. Yeah, yeah, she has the craziest list of allergies. Yeah. Yeah. It's a learning process. Like there's all kinds of stuff we're always trying to figure out what's going on with her, and we think, think we get answers and try to figure things out, and more questions come up and then more answers, and we learn a little bit more. And so much red. Standing one wrong move could. No, it's not. It's not like that. It's not like one wrong move could kill her. She's not like that allergic to things. It's just her body starts going to trash when she starts eating specific foods. But it's not like a food like a sensitivity. It's just, yeah, it's like an actual allergy. It's not like someone who's allergic to bee stings. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but she'll feel like trash for a week if she eats, like a piece of chicken or dairy or, yeah, cinnamon or something like that. So it's like we, decided, like, do you want to feel like garbage all the time, or do we like try to, work our way around your dietary restrictions? And fortunately, we live in a time when there are a lot of alternatives to things. And like, once you know what to look for, find ways to avoid it. The peanuts, the smell alone will make him itchy. Yeah, yeah. That would be horrible. keep on keeping on here. Even the spikes focused in well. But yeah, even the little spikes have red panels. Hey, John Locke, what's up? How are you doing? I think I told you guys about how I'm went to a Middle Earth SPG event. Might be going to a Middle Earth SPG event at the end of this month. And it's using the current edition rules. But I was thinking it's a little tournament, and I was thinking about bringing the Fellowship of the Ring as my army. And I'm pretty excited about that. It's something different than dwarves, and it's kind of a meme, but also might be pretty cool. Might be able to make it work for me. I don't know. But the name of the list I'm bringing, it's like a legendary legion is what they call them, kind of like detachments or whatever. But called the Breaking of the Fellowship. So I can't bring Gandalf. But yeah. So one unfortunate thing is that list is made to be played. That legendary legion is made to be played at 600 point battles. But we're only playing 500 points. So somebody has to stay home. And my big debate is, does Gimli stay home or does Boromir stay home? Because they're both 100 points. It's Gimli, Legolas, and Boromir are all 100 points. So one of them stays home. Legolas is too good to stay home because he has a bow. That's pretty much it. Like, I need someone with a bow. And Legolas is a killing machine when it comes to archers in that game. So Boromir... Yeah, Boromir and Gimli are both really good. It's weird to explain because the rules are a lot different. So heroes, all heroes in the game have these 3 special stats called. I have Aragorn. He's the leader of the list. But the 1, 2. All right. So you have these 3 special stats. One is called Might, one is called Will, and one is called Fate. Might is you get a point. Most characters, most like captain level characters, have like 2 points of might. Really good heroes have 3 points of might. So like Gimli and Legolas have 3 points of might. And then you have like there's a hero. I think maybe 2 characters have this rule. Maybe Aragorn's the only character with this rule. They have a rule called Mighty Hero. is kind of funny, where they basically get a free point of might every turn and use might to call like special actions, like moving further or moving before your opponent, or you can use it to influence your dice rolls. Move them up or down by one for every might you spent. So having a free point of might every turn is insane. Gimli has 3 points of might. Boromir has 6 points of might. Boromir has more points of might than any other character in the game, barring Aragorn's free might per turn. So Boromir has really good utility in that way. Boromir also has... he has a shield, which is important in SBG, because he can do special actions like defensive actions. He also has the Horn of Gondor, which is like his thing. What the Horn of Gondor does is if you're ever in combat with more than one enemy at a time, which is basically happens every turn as the Fellowship because you're always outnumbered, you blow the horn. And what the enemy has to do when the fight starts, you pick up one of the enemy units, and you tell the orcs where he is, but one of the enemies, they have to take a courage test, and if they fail the courage test, they automatically lose the fight, and Boromir just gets to strike at him, like as if he won the fight already. He gets a chance to kill everybody he's in combat with. So just like that, that's all. You fail a courage test, everybody loses the fight. It's a very strong ability, especially when you know you're going to be outnumbered all the time. Like that's a huge deal. That's Boromir's advantage. I think no, hold on, because Gimli's really good too. So, Boromir, his big downside is he only has 1 point of fate. Fate is a resource you spend when you take a wound, and you spend a fate point. You roll a die, and on a 4-up, you ignore the wound. He only has 1 point of fate because he dies in the movies and in the books and stuff. So, characters who die normally don't get a lot of fate points. Gimli, on the other hand, he's slightly slower than Boromir. He only has 3 points of might. He's got 2 points of fate, so he's got extra fate. Gimli is a killing machine. So, he has a super high defense value, so he's very defensive even though he doesn't have a shield. He also has throwing axes, which is good when you're close to people. It's a ranged weapon that he has. An extra chance to kill somebody for free, basically, when you're charging him. But I don't know. They're both kind of tanky, and that's kind of the problem with it. Like, Gimli has a higher defense value, so traditionally, if he loses a combat, it's harder for enemies to wound him. But Boromir has a shield, and what shields do is you can choose to shield as an action in a combat. And what you do is you literally double your number of attacks. So Boromir goes from 3 to 6 attacks. And in Middle Earth, it's always a dice off who wins the combat. You both roll dice, whoever rolls the highest wins. And if you tie, there's fight value. So basically whoever has the better skill wins. Which Boromir and Gimli will both, almost always win in a tied combat. So that's not a concern. But, so Boromir can shield. Gimli has a higher defense. Gimli has a rule where he starts with 2 attacks. So he starts with less attacks than Boromir. But he can choose to use his 2-handed axe and roll 2 attacks, or he can use 2 one-handed axes and get 3 attacks. The 2-handed axe give him +1 to wound, which is really big because there's no armor saves in the game. It's just straight up, if you wound the mini, it takes a wound. And welcome, Judge Dave. Welcome in. So, he has that option. And Gimli also has a rule when Legolas and Gimli are both on the board. If Legolas at any point has more kills, you tally Legolas and Gimli's kills. If Legolas has more kills than Gimli, Gimli gets +1 to wound. So he could potentially be at +2 to wound against units with his two-handed axe. And with that army, he does get... They have, like, Galadriel's gifts as a rule. So he has, like, the 3 strands of hair from Galadriel. And they give him, like, a bunch of rerolls and stuff. So I think he is more of a traditional, maybe, like, character killer, like, heavy-duty killer. Like, trolls and stuff. Where Boromir is definitely, like, a chaff-clearing unit. That's probably the biggest difference between the two. Gimli's only two attacks and 2 wounds normally. Boromir's 3 attacks and 3 wounds. Yeah, like there's a lot of advantages. Like I kind of want Boromir just because, like the 3 attacks normally is really good. 6 might is really good, and the horn seems really good. No, I haven't seen anybody else's list, but normal lists, it's, you know, you take a hero like a captain level character or a character, and you get around 12 warriors into the list. I'm just, you know, I am just choosing to take an all hero list because they're already painted. And I normally bring dwarves from like Khazad-dûm, but I just want to do something different. So yeah, but normally you see maybe like 30 or so minis on the board for 500 points is probably a normal amount. Let's see. Yeah, I am taking Frodo and Sam and Merry and Pippin as well. So it's literally taking every member of the Fellowship. I can't take Gandalf because, you know, this is the breaking of the Fellowship. It's after he, you know, fought the Balrog. But it's everybody but Gimli or Boromir. I think my objective every battle is just to keep Frodo alive. Yeah. Yeah, they have a, you know, Legolas gets a benefit from it too. If Gimli has more kills, Legolas gets like +1 to hit on his shooting attacks, but he doesn't need that. He hits on a 3+ normally, and he gets rerolls to hit. So, like, rerolling 3+, going to a rerolling 2+ isn't that big of a deal on his part. It's more giving Gimli the bonus. And Legolas will almost always have the bonus anyway, just because he's, Legolas is shooting stuff. He's really good at shooting stuff. Yeah, I wish it were 600 points. That's my big thing. If it were 600 points, it'd be perfect. I'd just take the whole group. I'd have the whole thing. Okay. Next leg. Let's get the back legs here. I'm gonna play a little test game this week. Try it out, see how I feel with. I'll probably try Gimli first. Why the decision for 500? I think it was just to keep the event, like, keep it smaller and kind of fast paced. It's just a little friendly tournament at the new game store to kind of, and to like send off the current edition of the rules, because the new edition comes out like this week. So they wanted to do an event that was like, you know, thanks for the game and thanks to the staff of the store for being supportive of our game and everything. That's why. I always prefer larger battles in games like that, but stand. Yeah, I'll take some pictures. What's funny is the last Middle Earth tournament I went to was, I think it was the last time I played Middle Earth. Uh, it was like 700 points or something, but I was playing as my dwarves. The guy that won the tournament played like a super cheesy army, and people kind of rolled their eyes at him. But it was funny because their list was this crazy like archer list, like you just stand back and shoot the enemy to death. Um, Again, very very cheesy army, and like no one, you know, no one came to play against a really strong army, and so people all were kind of like, all right, dude. But my if I were to take that fellowship list, they all have equipment on them. They have the elven cloaks, so like the wood elves, you know, Lothlorien, Galadriel, whatever, makes gives them all the cloaks. And the elven cloaks have a rule that you literally can't see them if you're more than 6 inches away from them. And if they're like behind anything, like if they're in cover at all, you just can't see them. So shooting lists don't work against the Fellowship. So that specific strategy will mean I just get to walk up the board. Maybe not for free. You know, I'll have to like move from cover to cover and everything, but it'd be funny that, like, you know, I had no shots against me. Okay, get that hoove. Let's get the next hoove. And then we can start on the main body and the tail. Casual tournaments. Yeah, yeah. The guy was really nice. It was just his like list was really, really bad. Like really unfun to play against. I'll be ready for him this time though. competitive and or cheesy. Yeah, yeah. Like sweaty players. Being like way over the top. Trying to win. Okay. Let's think about what we're getting next. Take a look here. Underbelly's a big piece, so we can do this. So underbelly, let's get a bigger brush. So let's knock this out. Hit the right angles. Even with that player I played at that Middle Earth tournament, I think I had more fun at that tournament than I did at the 40K tournament I went to this past summer. It just felt like a group of people who were there to, you know, like hang out and have fun and like talk about the hobby and stuff like that. And the 40K tournament felt very much like a competitive event, which was weird to me. In a Warhammer setting. Not altogether a pleasant experience. Crotch plate down here. Prize award? No, not really. No, there's maybe like $20 or something. It was a little like RTT that a like team, a like 40K team put on. They were putting on regular like 40K tournaments to like practice basically before they went to like big GTs and stuff. Fun if everyone is very sportsmanlike, or at least if I'm very sportsmanlike. That's fair. That's fair, I'm Mini Morals. Hey, Zombie Bunny, what's up? Yeah, like, you know, back in my Star Wars Armada days, like I was a very, very sweaty player, very competitive player, but like I would go to like regional championships and like nationals and stuff, and the expectation was when you're at an event of that level was everybody here is playing to win. You know, and that's also a much less hobby focused game anyway. So there's kind of like a different attitude around it. Where, you know, I'd gone to 40K tournaments years ago, and the 40K tournaments are very much like, look at this cool army I got, like I painted this, but also like I'm gonna try to win, but you know, it's hilarious. I blew up 3 of my own units because my blast scattered or whatever, my artillery dice scattered the explosion onto my own men, kind of thing. Yeah. So they don't say that they use it to prep for an event, but I could tell that's what they were doing. That was the thing, because they run it, and there are a bunch of people that are like, you know, that show up on streams for tournament streamers, and you know, go try to win. But Tantalus with a cultist, yeah, yeah. Don't use the Foxbite paint handle. Something for a secret Santa. I recall it's something used. Yeah, yeah. I have. Yeah, I do have one, and I use it occasionally. It depends on the model, but yeah, I do have that that handle. Yeah, it's really cool. That's awesome. Yeah, Foxbite's supposed to be making a. Well, they're working on making. It'll be out soon, but an expansion for that that has the just the little toppers for it. It's just a set of toppers. It's really cool. It is really nice, isn't it? Yeah. But hopefully you're able to make good use of that. See value boxes. Seems like good value so far. Okay, nice. GSC are going to be expensive to collect, I think, no matter the value box that you find. They're just an expensive army. I can actually grip it. Yeah, it's a big grip. That's awesome though. Like, yeah, I know you struggle with some stuff, so good to know. Okay, we got the underbelly. What else? We can paint this like back of the thigh piece here. I have food in the crock pot right now. I'm just starting to be able to smell it. Something. Yes! That's awesome, Zombie Bunny. Alright. Full combat patrols one new. Yeah, okay. Sounds like you got some solid stuff, though. Yeah. I mean, you have like 200 minis, don't you? Ugh. You have an AdMech army, don't you, Aslan? I feel like if you have an AdMech army, then you should know what you're expecting. Like, you should know what to expect when you're collecting and painting GSC. Yeah. Because they are very time consuming to paint. They are a horde army. They're very expensive to collect. So it's all of that. Yeah. I feel like I have a ton of GSC and I have like maybe 1,000 points. Okay. We need to get the top shell and we need to get some of these other minor things. So let's start with the tail. Man, I'm excited for you though, Zombie Bunny. That's awesome. Nice thing about base coating this in bronze is that if I forget to paint something, you know, it's just bronze underneath. Should make sense. We are totally doing his muscle and like his flesh colors. They're going to be flesh colored, like white people's skin. So it's gonna be more body horror stuff. All the other skin and everything for this army is that color, so we're gonna keep the trend. Okay, we're gonna swap over this other tail on this mini. We'll come back and do the back plates. Yes, these are commission. Yep. For a World Eater's army that I have painted before. I've done a couple commissions for this World Eater's army, so. Yeah, just adding a couple units to them. Yeah, all the World Eaters. It was about this time last year when I started on those, actually. So there was an update to Space Marine today, is that right? Wonder if there's anything good in there. One's seen it or messed around with it or read patch notes or anything. I haven't played Space Marine a bit, but I heard they're working on a Horde mode. It's like the old Exterminatus mode. That'd be really cool. Okay. Moving on to these back plates. $3,000 points. Okay, nice. Yeah. I guess one good thing about GSC is like their unit variety is really crap. So, as long as you have the minis, you're just buying a bunch of characters after that. So, that's nice. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, 3K points is a lot though. $100, yeah. $100. So much panels. Okay, we got that back plate. I want to see this, like, these pieces around his neck. What colors are they? Okay, they have them as all gold, so that would be it. I think that's the red finished on one mini. No, I have to do the backs of his. I never did the backs of his legs here. Is hard parts about batch painting, but why we look it over. We'll do the back plate on the other one here in a moment. What all do you need for your custodies to finish them? I feel like custodies in general, I feel like $300 should be enough. No, the red's not done. I have to get the spikes in their back. The spikes have little divots in them. Okay, so let's set him down. Let's get the back plate on this other one. Go custodies. You would say that, Raja. Yeah. By finish your custodies, you mean start and finish a custodies army for $300? That's what it's sounding like. Oh, yeah, yeah. Custodies and their Forge World minis. Plastic soon. Yeah, it'll be under the hair. Yeah, maybe eventually. Well, they got second wave Solar Ox. They got Dark Mechanicum to come out. More Astartes, but yeah, I'm sure Custodies will start coming out. I wonder if they'll do Custodies before they start doing Legion specific minis in plastic. Plastic Vinatari, yeah. Those are the flying ones, right? Hey, Zen. Good afternoon, man. How you doing? You feeling? Painted some of those. They were okay. Forge World minis are okay. I was taken aback by the fact that they're wearing a whole bunch of like leather and stuff. They're not like fully armored. Makes sense when you're putting a jetpack on somebody, but it's also weird when they're custodies. Or flu, yeah. With this 40k, you can make Gravis armor dudes fly. You know? That's what Inceptors are, right? There is no too heavy to fly. Not in 40k. Yeah, they're cool. Alright, I got that. So now the last bit of red. Minotaur in full armor. Yeah, there you go. All these spikes, they all have little armor panels. It's about 2 hours to put this red on these two minis. Not too bad. Alright. That is the red on one mini. Yeah. Second mini, we just need the spikes. I think I did plasma and pink on these guys. I'll have to go back and look. Could be completely off. But the plasma will be fun on these two minis because they each have like 3 plasma guns. I think you can really go wrong with the plasma color on these guys. That's green plasma. Yeah, it's on my Instagram somewhere. I'll look it up. I used to be able to remember color schemes off the top of my head. Yep. It's the portfolio. Okay. We got the red. Next color. What are we gonna do? I think we do the fleshy bits, which are around his legs and then around the mouth of each of the cannons. I think that's it for the fleshy bits. And then we have some dark warm gray that we put, and then maybe gold on these little faces on the exhaust, just to separate them out a bit. Yeah, I think that's our... So let's do some fleshy bits. See how far we get. Hopefully finish that, and then tomorrow I guess we'll get on to the next step. At that point, I don't see us finishing this before Thursday, but if we can finish them on Thursday, it'd be nice. Okay, we got Shadow Flesh, Pro Acryl. Some stream look a little. It does look a little lower quality. I was so I was trying to mess with some lighting and stuff, and something about the colors got like shifted on it, and I don't know how or why the colors shifted on things. But what I was trying to do, Zen, is I was trying to use. So I have my overhead light at 100%. I have it as bright as it can be. So I figured, in my wisdom here, I figured it would make it easier on the camera to show details, you know, so I can get like a higher quality picture. Yeah, Shadow Flesh is a great color though. But yeah, it's no different. What I end up having to do is like I turn my shutter speed up, and I don't want to turn my my ISO up anymore because that seems like it lowers the quality That number is increased. So I keep that down and I increase the shutter speed. The shutter speed's really high, but then picture is looking crap. Yeah, I mean, that's not necessarily the thing, though. Like, having more light is better, even if it's just on your subject. Like, that's how, like, every, you know, like production setup is. You don't put light on the camera. I make some mistakes on this silver here. Is that real paint? Yes, yes, there is real paint involved. What's going on, McMedic? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Painting 2 of these things today, so hour I'm going to try to finish up this fleshy color. Ready for the gym? Yeah, no problem. Back day? Oh, that's exciting. All right. You finished your first squad? Nice. Your salamanders. Oh, dude, you should post some pictures. See how you're doing. No critiquing, just celebrating. Yeah, finished projects. Yeah. If they are indeed finished. Double lumps of flesh. It's many. Yeah, dude, you're gonna get arrested if you post that in finished projects. I've been known to send the Pinkertons after people. My most viewed stream. Oh, yay! All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. You good luck on your interviews then. Hope it's good, dude. Lava effect doing more than Earth in the bottom. Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do salamanders. Lava base. Are you painting like bright, like orange and yellow and red underneath? You doing that thing? And then you put the Morden Earth on top and it cracks. Have the cool effect on the bottom. I did that once as well. Yeah, yeah, we're doing all right. How are you doing, Groovy? Okay. Flesh on the legs. Let's get around the cannon mouths here. Back to our deep freezer being out. All right, all right. Pulling the stuff out of storage. when Bellacore Kairos Bloodthirst searches casual things to paint. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand, dude. I understand. Get through your intercessors first. Then worry about the big things. Okay. I have painted one greater demon in my life. And it was Kairos Fate Weaver. It was a ton of fun. Super bright colors. Just a big mini to paint. Lots of interesting things, like details about him to paint. It was great. I had a blast with it. Underestimate how much fun the painting would be. That's awesome, man. That's cool. You found, you found a thing that you really like. Yeah, everybody has different things they enjoy about the hobby, which is something great about this whole, like, I guess it's not just one hobby. Like, there's a bunch of hobbies in this one, like, ecosystem, right? That cannon painted. Let's do the other one, and then I think that's it for fleshy bits on this mini. And we move on to the other one. Sweet tomatoes and squash, chicken, yeah. Okay, alright. Digging out the reserves. Ah, headphone fell out. Hold on. Yeah, we don't have a deep freezer or like a spare freezer or anything, but we try to stock up when we can. We're not much like food hoarders or anything. That's mainly a painting wife thing. I would totally hoard food if I could. Just buy like a 50-pound bag of rice, and just keep it. Alright. We got some flesh. It's looking appropriately World Eater-y. Let's get this other one. Okay. I think this might be our last color for the day. But man, 3 colors. This is what 3 colors have done. This many. Flesh would be our 3rd color we've painted today. So, very happy with the progress. Not quite as far as I was hoping, but, I've never painted these minis before, so. Yeah, we'll finish up base colors tomorrow. We're going to have some fun with some different effects. We'll put a wash on. And, That's the last thing we do. Maybe we'll work on the base a bit after we put the wash on. I think that's what we do, because it's going to take that wash a while to dry. Efficient with our time. Well, first hind legs are done. What I always liked least about the Demon Engines minis, as far as painting goes, was like the melding of the flesh and the armor. It looks cool from like a sculpted standpoint and everything, but it is miserable to paint. Now, silver is going to be one of the colors we touch up later, or we go too far, just because with this cabling and everything, it's too hard to paint the cabling around the exposed metal parts. It's easier to do the opposite, but because the order repainted, we put down silver first, so we'll revisit it. Okay, now just the gun hands, and I think we're good. Looking great for a few hours. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think there's a good chance we can finish these this week. It'd be really nice. Got a lot going on. We're going to use washes to hide our mistakes, and we're going to cover our mistakes, and we're going to fix our mistakes. It's going to be a lot of what we do going forward. This isn't like painting a rhino or a land raider. Made some progress. Oh, nice. How is so Path? You like a Path of Exile too? Then played the first one a bit. It was one of those games I'd fire up with friends every once in a while because it was free and like we could all jump into it. And it gave me old, everybody remembers like Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, the old like hack and slash action RPG feel to it. Yeah, because I used to play that on PlayStation 2. Me and my friends used to play Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance 2, and Champions of Norath. Like those were our games we would play a lot of the time. Like we would till like 5 a.m. on a weekend playing those games. So yeah, Path of Exile got that good nostalgia. I'm glad it's good. Is it free to play? Champions of North was like the bad knockoff of Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, but it got the job done. You know, we wanted to play a game, and that was the newer ones, but it was garbage compared to Baldur's Gate. It will be. I don't think it is currently. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Well, maybe it's free. I'll grab it and check it out. Cheat code. It was like the invulnerability cheat code. Is that what it was? R2 triangle, R3, nice. That's hilarious. I don't think I ever played with cheat codes in Champions. Champions Return to Arms was good because it added in like there was the crazy like tiger people. It was a berserker. It was a crazy class. A lot of fun. Like the more you attack, the faster you attack, so you end up just being a literal blender. But then you take like 2 hits and die. Yeah, it was a really fun game. Alright, so here's progress for the day, guys. Two of these. We started with the bronze on them from the airbrush, which I spent, I don't know, it was maybe half an hour on the airbrush working on these guys. And then silver, red, and flesh colors. I did 2. Yeah, there's 2. There's 2 of them. Yep. Painting 2 of them at the same time. I thought you knew that, Gosu. This whole time, you're like, man, you're painting that really fast. I feel like I would have had the first one done by now. Yeah, but base colors, we have... Yeah. It's literally 3 colors all I've done. But yeah, that's just a lot on those 3 colors. Um, okay, okay. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some rich gold, and we're gonna put on these like little like skull bits on the exhaust, just to change that up a little bit. We'll do that, and then we need some dark warm gray, and that's gonna be for all the cabling. So there's like cabling around the weapon. There's some cabling, down here. There's some that are like still have the coating on them. On his neck, there's a lot. Yeah, yeah, those kind of areas, and then we're also gonna grab his claws with these colors. So he's got claws all around his weapons. Um, all of that will be that dark warm gray. And then it's time. We're gonna do verdigris on the bronze, on all of the bronze. We're gonna wash everything in brown, and then we just start picking out our dry brushes and highlights and stuff. Start doing some effects and everything. Yeah. Yep. Hey, what's up? Yep, we were painting 2 of these guys today. This is what we got done today. I'm gonna call the stream though. I'm gonna take the rest of the day. I don't have time to start a new color, so let's find somebody. Let's see, who do we get? It's
Big pill.
we can go raid Glorious Badger. He's painting old world stuff. That'll be cool. Let's go raid him. Boo. Oh no, I'm sorry. Trinity TTV, welcome in, by the way. I will be painting tomorrow, so I'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Be painting about 3 to 4 hours. We'll be working on these guys some more, so I'm trying to finish these guys by the end of the week. That's the entire goal. Is by Thursday afternoon these minis are done. So I'm gonna try to do that. But you guys have a wonderful day, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.